Welcome back. Today we're going to be doing the day 15 trade recap. So this was only 12 days, 6 trades, 2 for 4. I had a bad start. I think I went 0 for 4, but luckily the system has high risk to reward ratio. I learned how to properly differentiate a breaker and a mitigation, which we also learned on day 14. Pretty much we got to sweep the, let's say we're in a bearish breaker, we have to sweep the previous candle's low to be considered a breaker. Otherwise, it's just mitigation. All right, let's get straight into it. Let's get straight into it. This should be pretty simple. All right. So what am I doing here? Swept all-time highs. I'm just looking for a reversal, right? Let's see. So the breaker, this is the breaker. We must trade through the breaker. Respect it. Sweep the low right here. We have this overlapping with an inverse fair value gap. No FVG, so it's not a unicorn. This is the FVG. So I decided to enter. Off of here, I put my stop loss above the FVG in case, because we had these unmitigated ones. I was looking for an RDRB, but we had 2 overlapping confluences, so I'd take it. Unfortunately, this just didn't hit and just want to go higher. Just want to go up. Alright, next trade. I'm still trying to frame the same reversal, right? It's just going up. It's going up. So I'm thinking, okay, we got to go down a little bit, at least a little bit, especially on the 5-minute. So, let's see. All right, we had a unicorn in this case. We had the inverse, we had the breaker, we had the FEG tapping into all 3 of these. We had the breakaway gap, we had the RDRB, that's when it entered. This looks like a pretty textbook setup. Why did this fail? Okay, okay. It just didn't hit take profit. And I don't set my trades to break even, so we got swept out before going down. Yeah, okay. Okay. Now, let's see. Okay, that's right. I remember the RR wasn't that great. So this was a 4% move, which is kind of a lot for this setup. But it did still look good. I think this was a 1 to 3, right? A potential 1 to 3. I remember it was a 1 to 3.2, and then this would have been 1 to 3. But would I have held it in real time, or would I have just maybe seen this and then exited? That I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. Not too sure. But we do sweep these really well. So I'm really surprised we didn't tap into. I'm really surprised. But okay, that's another loss. What is this? Avoided? Missed. Okay. Is our breaker drawn correctly? Yep. We sweep the low. Yep. It doesn't matter what candle right here. Because then this is the failed order block. And so we got sweep liquidity. Yep. Yep. That makes sense. So we never respected it at all. So I didn't. I mean, we respected it initially until here. And then in that case, there's really nothing else above here. But it took the dub, so I mean, price went down, but we just didn't enter. Next trade, what happened here? We avoided. What am I looking for? A reversal. I'm still looking to frame a reversal. It looks good for a reversal. There's 1 hour FEG right here, overlapping with a 5-minute FEG. Original consolidation right here. Target that. Okay, I avoided it. Okay, that's good. So what do we have here? We have FEG here, inverse here, breaker right here. So we trade through the breaker right here, respect it right here, tapping into the FEG. No, the inverse, my bad, not the FEG, right? Yeah, the FEG is a little bit above. Yeah, FEG didn't overlap. However, remember the respect, we have to wait for a short-term low change of character. In this case, we didn't get it for a high quality respect. So we didn't get it, we got swept out. And then it went down. And then I remember trying to find this, but it just went down. So I couldn't. Yeah, it just went down. Like it would be very difficult to get this. Yep. Oh, did I write that in the rules? Requiring short term. Yep. For respecting repeat rate. That's right. All right. Next day. All right. My draw on liquidity is either this fair value gap or this all time high. So I was looking the respect off of this 1 hour FEG to go up higher, ideally to sweep all time high, or at least this. Right? At least this. In this case, what do we have? Okay. We have the FEG here respected. Low tap. Breaker traded through right here. Low respect, like small respect. But remember, we kind of already missed the move, right? I wouldn't retrade it back in because that's not necessarily a low risk buy in our case, right? And I think in day 8, that's where I mentioned, yeah, to stop taking these sorts of trades. And this is exactly that trade that I avoided. All right, yeah, okay, right here. Yep, yep, that's right. That's right. You could have got faked out right here, to be honest. All right, this would have tapped into FEG, inverse, and the breaker and respected it. Close through, short term high, change your character right here. You could have entered, but you would have stopped out because this is not the low risk buy anymore. So we avoided that. All right. What else we got? I'm looking to short again. Okay. Trying to catch the reversal. We got the 5 minute inverse being respected right here. FEG being respected, overlapping with the inverse. Okay, so this is the intermediate term high. The RDRB is respected right here. So anything above would have been a breakaway gap. But we didn't have any, so I mean this looked good. Target this right here. And we missed it. We barely missed it. By a hair, we missed it. I remember I was debating because this was only a 1 to 2. And I was like, okay, but we had the RDRB being respected. So price is most likely not going to enter. I mean, to retap off of this, since we had this being respected. Like, I mean, maybe it would, but in this case, it didn't. And we had the FEG, so I entered off the FEG, the low of it, and I was like, okay, we can at least clear the body closes of all of this, but we didn't. Shocking. And then we hit the stop loss. So I'm already 0 for 4. But I know the system has. I'm 0 at 3 at this point. This is 0 for 4. I know the system has good risk to reward, so I just sucked it up, tried again. Still trying to frame a reversal. FEG being respected. FEG being used as inducement because this didn't tap into it. Respect the breaker. Yep. You know, we didn't even do a short-term low. Change the character. So I shouldn't have. Oh no, we did. My bad. Okay, yeah, that's right. After these ones are in. Okay. Okay. And then that's when I entered. Ah, okay, so I waited. I did wait. And then I saw this and I entered. Stop loss above this unicorn. RDRB wasn't respected. Okay. Had the FEG. And okay. We just took the L. Unfortunate. Could I have fixed this? I mean, we swept the all-time high. I just want to short that. We had the phases drawn correctly. This is the low that led to the high. We had all this liquidity resting right here, but okay, next one. Okay, I think this is when I was like, okay, we definitely, okay, I hit this. We definitely have to hit a short into some retracement, some level of retracement at least. Okay, we got the FEG respected. The inverse is unmitigated. We also have this little, okay, this FEG being respected, and this breaker being respected. All right, breaker. Yep. Drawing the breaker correctly. Yep. Yep. The low. I mean, sweeping the low. Trade it through. Respect. Tap into overlapping into these. Yep. 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 And stop loss above the FEG just in case because we didn't have an RDRB. I put it at the low of this for 1 to 3. Took the dub. That's fine. What is this? No breaker. There's no trade. Okay. What is this? Okay. So this is not the breaker. Remember, this is the mitigation. It has to sweep the low of the previous candle. This didn't sweep the low of the previous candle. This did. Right? This one did too. So I drew right here. The breaker right here. Nope. Didn't respect it. Didn't trade it. Okay, we took another dub here. What happened here? I'm still trying to frame a reversal. Because we're sweeping the all-time highs. We have liquidity right here. All this liquidity. Right? Okay. We have the FEG with the breaker. Right? Look, this isn't the breaker. Remember, this is the mitigation. Didn't sweep the previous low. This one did. Oh, this one did. So this one tapped into overlapping both. All right, there's a FEG right here. All right. RDRB being respected. But I don't think I waited for the RDRB. I just entered because we had the unicorn. It looked good. And yep, okay. We hit it for 1 to 2.5 at the 5-minute FEG. That's it for the day 15 trade recap. I'm gonna back test day 16, which is today.